Did you have any? Do you have any longtime friends that were really influential to you in your life that you would have some stories about?
Well, I've had some lovely, lovely friends named Jean, and every one of them left. And I was beginning to think that I'm never going to make another friend by name Jean, because they all passed away.
Mm.
Who were they?
And I guess the best friend I've kept is Eva. Smith. Carolina Smith, and she still keeps in touch with me and calls me frequently. She lives down the shore. We worked together about 20 years on and off in the hospital doing proper duty and staffing. And the funny was that she was doing the same case that I was, but a different shift. And she got sick and tired of hearing this other person talk about how Wanda does it. This is not how Wanda does it. So she made it a point to get acquainted with me. Who is this Wanda that all I hear patients talk about? You don't do it like Wanda does. So it was a big joke, and we didn't catch each other. I mean, I'd be going off duty and she wouldn't be coming yet. Or I worked nights a lot, 11 to 7, and I'd leave before she'd get to work. But we became very, very, she calls me her sister. It's closer than her sister. And she calls me every once in a while. Then the other girl, Barbara, she became ill. We did private duty, and I was doing private duty with that Gary. And she had a boy next door that doing private duty. And we became very close friends for about 15 years. And then at 52 years old, she was diagnosed with Alzheimer's. So she now is in the hospital, in the nursing home. And her husband writes a letter every Christmas and lets us all know how she is. And now she doesn't know anybody at all. And that she has to be fed. And she's maybe 65. She's probably about this age. Maybe she's a little older.
Tell about Genevieve, though. You're forgetting that.
No, I haven't got there yet.
Haven't got there yet.
And I have the mother of the boy I was caring for has remained very friendly to me.
That's Gary's mother?
Yeah, I know. I need to call her too. I haven't been in touch with her this year. I don't know that she knows that I've been staying down here. And then one friend next door that lived right in the house next door with us, we moved in at the same time. We became inseparable as sisters. And she had to move away when I was expecting Karen. They moved up to Andover, Massachusetts. And we lost touch with each other since she's graduated. Because didn't we come up to your graduation and Pat drove your truck down with you? Well, that was when the last time I saw her. On our way up there, we made a visit with her. Connected for breakfast time. And then then she remarried, and Dad and I went up for her wedding about 2 years after that. And I haven't seen her since, but we talked for a while, but she wasn't one to write letters, and it just finally just went away, So last year when I came down here, we decided to find out where she was, because I couldn't raise her with any information I had. I called her sister. Her sister had passed away. That's the only number I had. So she went through with a computer and found her granddaughter who lives here down in Boca. And we are going to make a date to go and have dinner with her, but she gave us the information on her, and I called her up, and she was in shock. You're still here. you're still here. I haven't heard from you in 20 years. Well, it wasn't that long, but it felt like it, I guess. But it was very, very sad news. She's almost blind. She's 82 years old. And I knew when her birthday was, January 2nd. And then what was it about a little after that we got in touch with her, right? After Christmas. And then we found out that her granddaughter lived here in Boca, and she's invited us to come to her house for dinner. But we couldn't fit it in before I left to go back north. So I been trying again to get in touch with Jean, and I can't raise her, so we're gonna go back and get in touch with her.
Who are some of the other Jeans? That's one of them.
And a Jean that I used to work for in where Gary was.
Okay, right,
was
right.
That Jean. And my Jean cat would be Ankle
That's Barbara.
Caligaro,
Oh, Jean Caligaro, right, yeah.
who moved to Texas. I was very close to her in the church scene. Her and I did teaching for the young people.
That's in your church,
Yeah, the Allwood Community Church.
and that's a Methodist church, right?
It's a ecumenical, but it follows the Dutch Reformed.
And is that the same denomination as your family was in Indiana, or?
As nearly as it, they were United Brethren. But they went together with the Methodist. Because they get small, the churches get small, and then they combine. Especially the same people doesn't get new customers, new practitioners.